Club champion in Orlando, Florida. I am coming here because, as we all saw in my last videos, that I can hit greens in regulation no problem, but the putting game is starting to get very scary. And reached out to a friend up in Iowa. He said he came here and it was a true transformation for him. So for me, I will be going through a putter, most likely walking away with a putter, and hopefully it goes well from there. But besides that, I'm excited. In reality, I've done club fittings for my irons, my drivers, but not the most important part of the bag, where normally, you know, as my man Darren back here said, 40%. In my case, it's 50% because I'm putting here 35 to 40, you know, putts each round. So let's get right to it. Let's go figure out what should be in the bag, and then we go from there. Stay tuned.
I just want you to get used to where we are setting up right now. So just from that black dot, I'm going to cut there, just give you 3 or 4 putts just to get used to the speed, the distance, and obviously where that hole is. Like I said, the system doesn't require us to get it in the hole, so don't worry if we don't get it in the hole.
I'm so happy that you said that, because I don't know if I'm going to put it in the hole.
That's fine.
I just want to let everyone know I didn't make a putt.
So we're going to calibrate the machine. Step up to this, like you're going to putt that ball. Okay, keep that face really nice and against there. I'm going to turn this on. Really take a nice stance, like you're going to putt that ball. Right now, what I'm going to do is going to calibrate where you're standing, obviously calibrate the distance from where you're standing from the ball, obviously putt a leg. Like so. That, a couple more seconds, just like that. Alright, perfect. So we're going to putt 7 putts from this black dot. And 7 true strokes. Get started. So, putting stroke looks great. The consistency looks really good with every single one of them. Right? The black dot is exactly where the ball is. Right? So you can see really consistent. There's no pushing out to the right with the stroke. Okay? So if you go down to the head, you can obviously see a 7.6 open, right? But your impact, your 2.2 open, because you're already on almost 90 to 100% toe hang, right? So that toe is hanging open by 7.6 when you take it back, which you cannot see on your path because your path is very low. Okay? But when you take it back to impact, you're only closing it by 5 degrees, so you're still 2.2 open. So you're going to miss it to the right actually. Especially if you don't have an arced putting stroke, right? So you don't bring that putting stroke back to the left hand side, right? Because you have a straight back and straight forward. Straight back and straight forward. With putting stroke, you should be in a matted head. So you should be in a bigger head, right? It's probably going to ask us to leave a base balance 2 to a 30% toe. So that's one of your main problems here. So it's not necessarily the stroke. Like I said, the stroke looks good, but you're fighting that putter because the putter's open already. So it's not your stroke, it's necessarily the putter.
This is why I'm here. This is the reason why, yeah, I mean...
He's a YouTuber, so... yeah.
This is...
So you've got to be on my game. So this is obviously the screen I was talking about, right? No, this is a rotation when it's into parts. So this is the bottom there, the quarter there. It's only asking you to be the 30% quarter totally, right? Like it's almost on the 90%. What that's going to do, that's going to sit about there. That's going to do change all together, right? Literally keeping the same stroke and changing it all together by with a shaft or a head connection that's over there, so the face balance, and you're asking for 30%. So it's just a tiny bit open, right? Not the open putting like you have right now. Okay, as you can see, your rotation and your rotation path is really good. There's no like, oh, yeah, that you should be missing. There's no like putting stroke that you're going out to the right. So your stroke is good, right? So it's not the stroke, it's the putting. So just on our aiming point, before you even start, because it's got such a big weight distribution to the toe, you can obviously see there that your shot, right, your hosel goes almost center straight, right? So it's asking us to review that, right? Maybe get you into something that's going to be at the plumber's net, which is going to allow you to have the head that's separate from the shaft and allow you to line up the ball a little better. Because you can see you're really lining the ball up more to the toe, like you said, which is really your face go by 3.6. So before you even start the putting, you're already missing it. Yeah, you're really missing it. So it's not, like I said, it's not necessarily your stroke. We fit your stroke with the putter, right? We don't necessarily fit you for a putter and go to your coach and change the stroke, right? So we're going to fit you today for a putter with that stroke. So that's what I'm saying. Even when we're in the fitting maze, we don't do anything with the swing. We make the club work hard for you guys, right? So that's exactly what we need to do. So that shaft going into the center one is completely wrong. So we always want to have an upward putting stroke, right? Your actual loft on your putter is 1.5. So the only thing right with this putter right now is your lofting of 1.5, right? So it's pressing us to be on a 1.5 lofting. So it's good, right? So the nice thing is that you're putting at 1.9 upwards, right? You rise angle by 2.7. So it's great that you have an upward putting stroke. Okay, we don't want you hitting down. Okay, and then getting back down to where you connected, like you said, you're connecting most of them on the toe. Obviously it says they're most of them on the toe. Your lie angle, so the way that your putter is lying right now, from what I've obviously checked with the system, it's lying at 71 to 71. So we lay the putter flat down, but because we have the shaft is wrong, and obviously the toe hang is wrong, we're obviously connecting it right there on the toe, like as you can see. So the impact is consistent. We just need to get it center because we need to change the shaft into the head, right? We need to change that offset. Getting back to the results, you can see our amount of rotation is great. Like I said, your rotation is really good. There's nothing wrong with your swing, right? You can obviously see really nice and consistent. But the consistency of that putt, because obviously there's a lot that comes wrong with obviously what you fit yourself into. And that's only giving us a 51%. We require 75%. And it's also requesting us to be in a bigger grip. Again, what that's going to help, not necessarily jumbo. Obviously, jumbo is to a point where guys think, oh my god, I need to get a fat cat. No, what that's just telling us is that we need to get you something that's not going to allow you to move your hands. So this is obviously a kind of a flat. So what I'm thinking already is kind of something like this. That's got more of a flat thing, so you cannot move those hands. Right? So that more flatted shape would be more of your jumbo, so you cannot tweak those hands like that. So something like that.
It actually feels pretty good.
Yeah, and that's going to be.
Background is degrees or mathematics and statistics. Looking at that 7.6 open, I can't.
Yeah, you're really losing before you really started.
You're really that steep. I cannot believe that. I mean, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad.
It is pretty bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
When the pro is saying that I am bad, it's the sign that I need to be.
That's pretty much the most open I've seen in a while. Okay, 3 different putters here. I want to start with this one. We're going to be putting. Alright, we're going to try some putters. We're going to putt from the snap down. We're going to putt down to the bottom here. Nice. Good stuff. Because this head will not open as much as your head, so you literally just roll it. Good stuff. Really good. Good. So did you see that? Put a little bit of an explanation on why we go to the next one. So the next one is a SICK putter, right? So you go to SICK. SICK is obviously the only company in the world that does a D7 lofting putter, which the nice thing as well, just to explain D7 lofting, if you put your hands here, you put your hands at the back, in the front, or in the middle, it's always going to have the same loft in your putter, right? So we know that we have a really nice upward putting stroke, but we want to make sure that that consistency continues wherever I put my hands. Right? So obviously we go a little bit more down. This is a 35, so I want you to use all the putter. Okay? And the nice thing with regards to this, the reason why I wanted to show you the other box, this is the stabilizing putting shot. What this does, obviously you have a lot of missing shots, right? Even though we're not going to change the stroke, if that's your stroke and that's what your eye sees, you perfectly fine. We want to get you something, or fit you into something that a shaft doesn't, right? So this head is obviously going to do the work with the lock and the line. What the shaft is going to do, if you miss that center, like you said, you miss it all over the face, that's perfectly fine. Hopefully that will get better, also starting in the middle. But what the shaft's going to do on your missed putts, if you miss it here or miss it here, this shaft is going to allow the head to stabilize that, right? We all use a putting shaft like this. The reason why is because it is our misses. So you're a champion, we want to better those misses, right? So we want to better the good shots, right? But we want to make sure that the misses are as good as they can be, right? This shaft allows the face to be as stable as possible on your off-center strokes. So a few putts for that.
We're off to a good start.
That was more of a heel shot, but you could see. See another toe, another toe, right? Right on the. Good, beautiful rolls. Still going to have the exact same loft on that putter wherever you move those hands to. So wherever that head is, you're going to move that. Okay, so another one with a little bit of a different, obviously, muzzle going into it. Still the 30% toe hang that we do need. Definitely want you to roll a few of those. Feel that as well. Not sure that it's going to feel as good as what this one does. It's really tough to feel as good as what this one does. That toe. Good, really good. This is the shaft that I was thinking about. This is the carbon stability shaft. You can see how much thicker this one is. This is obviously for somebody else, obviously. Okay, but I definitely want you to feel. It's not going to have exactly what we're kind of looking for, but I wanted you to feel what that stabilizing shaft felt like. Shafts that we have.
That is, yeah, that is sick, literally.
This sick putter painted red grip, red little tip
So
right there.
I didn't know you guys actually customize putt everything. That's amazing.
So, I want to instill some confidence in that 5-yard putt for you, right? So we're going to do round the world. Okay, so we're going to start there, we're going to carry on, we're going to putt to this hole right here. I want you to really feel how stable that putter is on your short putts. So we're going to aim in two things: confidence. And I definitely think the bigger grips is going to stop you. Yeah. Stroke is much better. Yep, that was a toe shot. Nice. So,
that's not one of the end of the day. You got to put the right tools in your hands to complement your stroke versus contradict your stroke. You can never ever be consistent if you're constantly fighting your putter and your putter's constantly fighting you. So when it comes to aim, that's a big deal, man. Because when we're reading a putt, we want to start the ball where we want to start it. Why even bother aiming if we can't start it on our line anyway, right? So I would much rather miss a putt because of a bad read than a bad stroke. So that's where putting the right tools in your hands comes into play. Now the aim is critical. But what Darren said is very true. So if you put the line back here, you can see a longer line. So some guys will see that when they set it down, that longer line gives them something more to focus on. It's a little bit easier to see whether it's open or closed. I'm not going to have you putt it. I want you to set up and aim it like you are. Do all the things that you would normally do. to that hole, or here to that hole? What's the difference?
Up here.
Why?
Nothing should change.
You know what I can tell you what the difference is. It is.
Yes.
It's expectation. Here,
I should 100% make this.
we expect to make it 100 out of 100, right? So there's a little bit more tension in the stroke. It's a slightly more defensive stroke because of the tension. You're putting not to miss. Like I said, back this way, our expectations change completely. We're not expecting to make every single one of them from here, so we're a little bit looser. There's no tension. We put a better stroke on it. For here, we're putting to make it. Here, we're putting not to miss it.
All right, I'm here with Darren, and we have decided to go with the sick putter because it really is. I don't want to sound too cheesy, but it really is a sick putter. The roll was fantastic, and I would never know that the shaft of a putter really does change how my mids hits were aligned or just how the overall feel.
Definitely going to improve those misses and definitely going to help you with the off-center strokes or center shots and give you more consistent stroking and obviously give you the confidence that you're looking for with those putts.
No, other than that, the only thing I'm doing this is to thank you. In reality, if you're not coming down to club champion, well, you're just not being a champion. Because I know for a fact my buddy has already had great success on his putting game, and I know for a fact I am. Darren, again, thank you, man.
Just
Other than that, this man's going to be playing a tournament. This is the Amateur Hour Golf. Out.